Oh, look at this cute dog. That's a cute dog, too. Oh, look at this little prankster. Oh, look at this little guy right here. What a bunch of nice dogs. They all got shot in the face. If you're a rescue dog in Australia, especially in North South Wales, you better watch out because you're probably going to get shot. A boomerang licker is a derogatory term that applies to the most vile and disgusting of criminals that Australia has to offer. And sometimes a boomerang licker can be a non-criminal. And this is a case where these boomerang lickers are non-criminals. So imagine you're a volunteer worker at a animal rescue facility. And COVID's been around for over a year now. You get the message, you know what's going on. You know that you gotta wash your hands, you gotta get your vaccination, you gotta do all the stuff you gotta do, right? And imagine you go to work one day and you find out that the dogs that you were taking care of were shot in the head. One rescue dog had just given birth to a litter of puppies before she was summarily executed. And at first you think, oh my God, this is horrific. I better call the police. Somebody broke in and murdered. No, nobody broke in and murdered the dogs. This was a government action. The government entity in question is the Rural Bourke Shire Council, and the animal shelter was called the Rural Outback Animal Respite and Rescue Center. And this is in North South Wales, Australia. This just happened. The workers found out that their dogs were ordered executed. They're completely shaken by this and traumatized, as they should be. It's kind of odd because this was in a town in North South Wales, Australia, called R.O.A.R. And R.O.A.R doesn't have a problem with the Delta variant. The Rural Bourke Shire Council said, no, these rescue dogs, they need to be killed because if we kill them, then we don't have to worry about the possibility of one of the volunteers accidentally transmitting COVID. It's their furry friends, their furry family, if you will, is no more. They're dead. All because somebody possibly misinterpreted a government rule, and they overreacted. They overcompensated for the regulation about travel during the current COVID lockdown. As it stands right now, in the reports, there are the number of dogs who were ordered shot is unknown. I'm sure we're going to learn about that soon enough. And you are worried about the spread of COVID. You need to sit there and develop a plan, not on the fly. You need to develop this plan before these restrictions, these lockdown restrictions are implemented. And the plan should allow for the volunteer workers to take the appropriate measures, which they claim they were doing, and allow them to go down there and care for these dogs. And it's just ridiculous. Australia, what is going on? We used to look up to you, man. We used to look at you and you're like, man, you're the cool older brother, that we all aspired to be like. And now, I don't know, man. It's like every time we hear about what's going on in your country, it's just getting crazier and crazier. Hey, don't get me wrong. It's getting crazy and crazy where I am too, in the States. But I'm just saying, you guys used to have a solid reputation, and you guys gotta do something, man, because it's not looking good for your country, man. You can't go around just murdering dogs because of COVID. This is insane. It's a tragedy that should not have happened. There needs to be an investigation. There needs to be charges filed, and they need to enact some policy that will accommodate volunteers across Australia to let them care for these dogs, because the dogs cannot take care of themselves. All right. and murdering them is not the correct solution. So, all right. So that's another boomerang liquor story. Unfortunately, the boomerang liquors in this story were not criminals per se. They're politicians. I guess they're politicians. The Rural Bourke Shire Council. Bunch of boomerang liquors. So let's get your act together, Australia. Save the dogs.